really quick. Okay, so yeah, let's get to actually making this resume builder like I was doing last time. So I'll probably just work like about an hour on this. Yeah, I'll probably just work like an hour on this, and then I'll probably stop the stream, I don't know, like a little bit after that. Okay, so we're going to go into our resume builder, but we have, I believe, it's just an index.js. Yeah, we're not actually using anything to host this. So we can just open this like this, and we'll also get Figma up and running. Okay, so we'll go into this. Wonder if it has a drop shadow on this image. No, this one doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that looks good so far. I think these could be underlined when you hover over them. Let's see, hover. Text, decoration, underline. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a little bit better to me. Okay, so now to get started on this section. So we have this color. So this is going to be the title. So we'll do color that. We're going to do font weight 22. GPX. We're going to do, oh my god, that's font size. Font weight is going to be bold. And let's see how that looks. So we don't actually have any text in there yet, so we want experience right here. Okay, nice. And we've got this cog thing. So one possibility, hey Killpond, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. We're working on a resume builder web app. So you can see like the full web app here, and we're just styling it for now. And then during our next stream, we're probably gonna make it into a real web app within like an hour or two, thanks to a framework I'm working on called Remake. Okay, so we added this experience section. I think we want to add padding around this whole block. So let's see, we want 40 and 41, and at the top we got 16. Okay, 40, 41, 16. Okay, so I think we want, let's see, where is our area? Section button. This is the section, so we want padding on this. Maybe 1 rem at the top. So 2 rem would be 32. 3 rem would be 48. So 3 rem is a little bit too much. I think we want 2.5 rem. 2.5 rem. And I think we might actually just want that for the rest of them. Maybe we try 2.75 for the bottom. No, that's a little bit too much. We also need to get this gear over there. So there's 2 different things we can do with the gear. So one is we put it in the same box as this. The other possibility is we just make it absolute. I like it. I like making it absolute. We have a button with an image in it now. Oh. We have a button with an image in it now. I can answer that later. And I'm going to just see like how close this button is to the cog. So it looks like it's right on top of it. So that's perfect. So resume section, button, settings, okay. So, oh, because we have, okay, we got a width and a height on it. I think we actually want this to be bigger so that it's like more clickable. So let's make these 30. But that's going to make the icon bigger. We don't want the icon to actually be bigger. We want that to be 22. So I think maybe we do padding for that. So 4px padding. That'll make it smaller. That's good. And now we can do absolute, position absolute, but first we have to do our section position relative. Okay, so we've got position absolute. We'll do top, maybe like 1 rem right, 1 rem. We'll see how that looks. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And let's do a hover style for the settings button. So what we've done so far is these. So these are getting darker when you hover over them. I guess that should probably be the default when you hover over this. Also, for some reason, we don't have pointer here. So I would like pointer to be here. Cursor pointer for the button. Okay, that's nice. And now we'll go back down to settings. And we've got our hover style. And where's our actual color for this? I think it's actually in the cog, which is unfortunate, but not terrible. Oh, right. So we can't actually, unless the SVG is inline, we can't modify its fill color. So we either want to inline this. Let's see how that looks. I think it's not going to look good. I think I'm not going to like it. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So we either are gonna do that, or we could replace the image, or we could just make it lighter, or you know what we might be able to do is a CSS filter. So I've never done this before, but I think this works. So brightness, and then we can decrease the brightness. So let's just try this, see if it works. And then we'll worry about if it's cross-browser compatible. So we'll do brightness and like maybe like 0.5 just to try it out. Okay, refresh. Yeah, that actually works. Okay, so now to worry about compatibility. Filter, Chrome, Edge 12. Okay. So let's see. Can I use oh wait, on SVG elements? What was that thing? Oh, well, but we're not using it on SVG. We're using it on an image. So I think it's actually fine. It's like a weird little workaround. So yeah, we've got global plus. Okay, so unprefixed is that. There's caveats though. Partial support refers to supporting filter functions, but not the URL function. That's fine. Okay, and this one's not very widely used. Okay, cool. So I think we're good in terms of support. So yeah, let's just use it. And I think 0.75 might be okay. Let's see. I guess I'm better with 6.5 maybe. Yeah. That might be a little bit too much. Let's try 0.7. So this will be 30% darker than it was. Yeah, that feels kind of just right, just obvious enough. Should we also add a background, just a really light background, right? So I wonder if we make it white. Yeah, it does. That's really funny. So the filter will apply to the background too, which makes sense. So I think what we want to do here is to just do image is going to have the brightness modified. And then we'll have a separate style for just the area. And we're going to say background color is going to be EEE. And in fact, we're going to do a border radius of like 5px. We'll just try that. So that kind of feels okay. Not great. I think because of this one. So let's open up our color. We're going to put in EEE. And we're going to make this a little bit lighter. F2. It may be 3px. And let's also increase this. So we're going to go up to, I believe, 36 for the height and the width, which means we have to increase this by 3. So we're going to go up to 7 for the padding in order to keep the icon the same size. Okay. So, Flipcoder, hey, welcome to the stream. How's it going? It's been a while, right? Or maybe not too long. I think you were here a couple weeks ago, right? Or maybe even last week? So I'm not sure about this CSS. Yeah. Is it pretty early where you are? I'm sorry, I like always forget where you are. I feel like I've asked you like a million times where you are. I'm just really bad about that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Oh, 7 a.m. Salvin, hey, how's it going? Nice, 7 a.m. in California. That's awesome. Oh, 8 a.m. Okay, 8 a.m. 11, right, because 10, 9, 8, yeah. Salvin, welcome to the stream. So I think maybe a little bit darker. Let's try 0.7 again. Yeah, that kind of feels okay to me. It's like obvious enough. The background's a little too dark, I think, actually. Yeah, that's kind of okay. It's going pretty good. What did I do recently? You know what I did? Flipcoder, thank you for subscribing with Prime. That's awesome. That means a lot. Thank you. So if you go to remaketheweb.com, you're going to see a surprise. I'm actually not going to do it on stream. You guys should go to remaketheweb.com and look at the logo in the top left. I changed that last night. It took me a couple hours just to implement it. I didn't even do the design. All I did was add it to the page, but that still took a couple hours. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wonder if plugging in this audio device will mess things up. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? I kind of like it. So that's kind of my latest. That's what I've been doing. How about you all? What have you been up to, Flipcode, or what have you been up to, Solvin? Awesome. Yeah, and if you scroll down a little bit and you scroll back up, then only the icon part. Oh, nice. A Python game framework. A lot of people working on games right now. That's awesome, though. You know what? I just ran across an article I think you would like. Is there a way to like get popular gists? I know it was on Gist, but I think I found it on Hacker News. But it was, yeah, custom game engines. Here it is. That was easy to find. I think you would really enjoy this. It's all about like the history of game engines and like who has like created their own, and like small game studios that have created their own. How many employees they have, just like gives you a ton of resources about it. It's really super interesting. Oh, you know this person. You know Raysan. That's awesome. That's cool. Oh, awesome. Very cool. But that's awesome, a Python game framework. Yeah, I think game frameworks are one of the coolest things. I'm like, I always like kind of want to like create a game, but once I get into it, it just feels so complicated. And sometimes I think, oh, if I just found the right game framework, all of this would be so much easier. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's not too hard. Oh, nice. Are you live coding right now, or just you will be soon? And Sullivan says, I'm fighting the world's most convoluted route factory code. You have all the pieces, and then randomly it's like, sorry, cannot convert undefined to null or object. Jeez. Cannot convert. I don't think I've ever seen that error. Is that JavaScript? Cannot convert undefined to null or object? I guess maybe if you're doing like you're calling like new object on something, I guess. Oh, it supports live coding. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, cool. Like editing and built-in console. I'm not sure exactly what that means. When I think live coding, I think like two people editing the same file at the same time. But you're saying it's editing and built-in console with autocomplete. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Devarm, welcome to the stream. Code, oh, that's cool. Okay, code while it's running. That's very cool. You can see it a lot in for each. It tries to convert things before, so something is missing. Oh. Yeah, JavaScript doesn't have the best errors. It really does not. Okay, so I think that's going to be okay. That little button there. I think we need a little bit more space on the top. But yeah, that's cool that it supports live coding. Very cool. So I think we're going to actually just have 1.5. Iterator invalidation. Okay. So, yeah, you guys aren't allowed to like show me up on my own stream, okay? I don't know what iterators are. You guys aren't allowed to know what iterators are either. Um, just kidding. I know what iterators are, kind of. You know what? I haven't really gotten into generators or like, yeah, iterators really. I feel like I really desperately need to get up to speed with those. Because they're now like built-in JavaScript. I is for iterator, J is for iterator. Well, I know that kind, like if you're doing like a for loop, but that's not, I mean, like I know for each or for loops does magic, and they don't do any checks to make sure what should be present is present before running the magic. Yeah. Yeah, I used to be like an overly protective coder where I would do checks for everything, but then I realized like if I'm doing a check at this level, that means something at a higher level like went really, really wrong. So I actually, in most JavaScript code I write now, I just make sure that like it's gonna break quickly, like at the higher level function, instead of at the lower level one. What I mean by iterator invalidation is modification of the sequence you're iterating while it's iterating. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. You can definitely run into issues with that, but I mean, I think that's a pretty bold guess of you, to make. Oh, nah, I'm fully convinced I'm missing something. It's the first time I try to use this, and I did the minimum, or so I thought. Well, feel free to post your company's private code in our chat, and we will give you feedback if you want. Okay, so for our H one, yeah, we're going to do like a line height here. I'm just going to debug it line by line until I find the spot I'm missing. That's the way to do it. Yeah. Are you going to console log it or use a debugger statement? That's the real question. Okay, so for these guys, I think we're going to have different headings. I actually was daydreaming about this last night. Okay, heading. I was daydreaming about headings last night. Documentation will increase a lot when I'm done with this. I had to change 8 files so far to add a route and controller. Oh no. Oh yeah, breakpoint and walkthrough basically. Yeah, nice. That's awesome, yeah. Documentation is great unless your team is a kind of move fast and break things kind of team, in which case documentation can actually be worse because you're documenting things that are like changing tomorrow. So also just make sure you're not working on a team like that because, I mean, not like in general, like if you are, that's great. Just don't write documentation. But they'll probably like intentionally break your documentation if you are working on a team like that because they're like, this thing makes it impossible for me to actually code the way I want to. They're not big on updating docs to follow changes. Yeah. Yeah. That's just a hard thing to do though. Usually comes down to management. If management is giving you like an extra half a day's breathing room at least around each project, that's usually a good sign and you're able to do the documentation and everything. But yeah. If they're like, okay, you're done with this project, now move on to this project, then there's literally no time to actually do the documentation. I've worked on both types of teams. So I think I'm going to do something weird here, I think. Yeah, that's pretty common, I think, at a lot of software shops. It's just like, go, 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 go. And then it feels like you're moving really fast. but you're leaving so much behind, then something ends up blowing up, you know, because someone's not really taking care of what they should be. Um, but I don't know. That's like just a hard problem. You just have to like continually advocate, like do really good work, and then after your project completes, when everyone's in that like kind of like glowy phase, you know, um, that's when you bring it up that like you're like, oh yeah, we need to do, like I need to like review some like old code, and this is really really important. And like they're not gonna be able to say no to you then because you've just delivered a great project. But yeah, it's just hard. Okay, so I think so for our headings, I think I'm gonna have like this helper class that's like with size, or how should I say, like heading, like is heading. No, I don't know. Like I don't want headings to have, I guess, like a line height or even a font size by default. Yeah. Well, keep your head up. Don't get discouraged. So yeah, I think is heading might be good for that. The experience zone, yeah. But I'm like making these headings a little bit nicer. So the way it should work, I think, is like with headings, they should start out really big and then they should get smaller more slowly as they approach the minimum. Because I've seen a lot of, I guess like H6 doesn't really matter. I don't really care about H6s and having them be a different font size than H5s. And I guess not super important that H1s and H2s are like totally different sizes. But I think it should probably, so I have 50 for the largest. I think that's fine. 48, 50, you know, that's okay. Then maybe we'll go down to 40. Maybe it's like 48. I think we'll start at 48, go down to 40. So that'll be H2. H3 I think is 36. H4, so we just went down by 4. So we'll go down by another 4. So this is a big jump, H1 and H2. I don't even know if I would ever use an H2 then. Let's see, how big is the 50? Oh, that's pretty big, right? Yeah, but you're only going to use that really once. And is this really an H2? I guess it is on this page. I don't even know. I don't think it even makes sense. It really doesn't make sense to even style headings anymore. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. But we will give them a line height. So we'll give them a line height. We're not going to give them any font sizes though, because it's just too variable. You know, it's better to just do it on a case-by-case basis. But we will make this thing in H1. Where is it? Profile name. Yeah, so this is going to be in H1. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then we can have experience. Experience can be in H2, right? Because there's nothing else on this page that wants to be in H2, right? No. Okay, so that'll be in H2. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. And why is there so much space below this thing? So we got, wait, where is this? This is a div. And then below here, so wait, why is there space here? That's very weird. So Judas, oh man, I missed your name, sorry. Judas Jack Fuscad, welcome to the stream. Okay, so, and thank you for stopping by. So, yeah, why is there any space down here? So it ends there, that ends there. Oh, button? Oh, there's a button. There's a button. Okay. Add area. Okay, so let's work on that add area button, because why not, right? Why not? Indeed. Okay, so we got a stroke on this button. Button, add area. Okay, so we're going to have a border of 2px dashed with this color. We're also going to say add, oh no, so, okay, so this is an issue. So all these areas don't know what they're called, like they shouldn't know what they're called, so this is difficult, this add experience thing. Now we could, Lumjacker, hey, thank you. To you too. Thank you, Lumjacker. So we could use the title here. So we could like mirror this here with like a watch attribute in Remake, and then like singularize it, you know, depluralize it. I think depluralize sounds better. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. We could just also say like add item and then just make it general. I don't know, what do you guys think? Add item or add experience? I think add experience is much nicer. But I'm just worried about it might not actually work out in the long run. Okay, but we won't worry about it for now. So we got add area, we got the border, we want some padding around that. Lumjacker, what's up with you today? Do you have a project you're working on, or are you just hanging out? What are you up to? So 12 and 10. So we're going to do, I think, just 10 px. I don't like putting more padding on the top. So we'll try this. And then we've got a background on this. Oh, this at 20%. Okay, so we need to do a color pick on this. Okay, so we'll do background color. Lurks, welcome. Oh wait, you're not a real person, I don't think. What happened? Oh nice, thank you, Sullivan. Lumjacker is working on a portfolio project. That's cool. Smiley face. Smiley face. Wait, why aren't my smiley faces showing up like your guys's? Oh, is it because I'm not doing it from Twitch chat? Okay, so we're going to do a width of 100% on this. And we need a border radius of, we'll do 5px. So, oh no way, 3x combo. Wait, what is this? What does it mean? I don't know what a 3x combo means, but thank you for whoever did a 3x combo. I don't know what that is. Lumpjacker, feel free to share your portfolio project. If you have a link to it or a screenshot, you want to share it in chat, feel free. We would love to see it. Okay, cool. So the add experience button looks decent. Looks a little washed out, but that's fine for now. We'll go over the colors of this afterwards. Probably a little bit washed out just because of the color of the text, so let's fix that. Okay, so we want color, so that's going to be here. And we want bold, I think. So font, weight, bold. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks good. The icon here is a little bit bigger. Coding in Quarantine, welcome to the stream. Really appreciate that you're here. Are you a live streamer also? Kind of seems like it from your name, that's the only reason I ask. Also, cool name. Also, what are you coding? We are curious to know. So now we need a hover style for this add area. Hover. And we've been making them darker, but we can't do that with the filter this time. One, because it's not super cross-browser compatible, although it kind of is, I think. I think it's like more than 93, so I think we're probably good. But we're not going to use a filter here because, well, you know what? Let's just try a filter. I don't know, I just learned this thing that you can just do this. So let's let's try it. Okay, so we'll do 0.7. We'll see how it looks. Probably look terrible. Yeah, that looks terrible. But maybe if we do like 0.9. Yeah, it still looks pretty bad. So we're not going to use filter. Lumjacker says, cool, we'll share with you the link. It's 80% complete and 20% remaining. Like adding JavaScript and making the buttons work because currently only nav links work. But you can check it out and can share your reviews so far. Okay, that'd be awesome. Is it, so it's your personal portfolio? That's, or is it for like other people can make their own portfolio? Working on a portfolio portfolio project. I think it's you're working on your own portfolio. Is that what that is? Anyways, that sounds really cool, and totally share it in the chat. We would love to see it. Okay, so this does not look good. We're not going to use a filter CSS for this. So let's do background color and border color. And we'll just grab these two colors and we'll make them darker. So this is the border color. We can make that a lot darker. Little hint about colors is the border tends to inform the inside of the content a lot. So like if you make it like a pretty light inner color, but you make the border like a lot darker, the inner color will actually seem a lot darker than it is, which can kind of make it so that you can cheat a little bit. You can not modify your inner color that much, but just by modifying your outer color, it looks like it's getting like a ton darker. So see how that looks like it's kind of getting a lot darker? At least it does to me. And if we remove the border, I think it's not going to look as harsh. Yeah, it still looks like it's getting darker, but I think it's not quite as pronounced. That's just because we're making the border so much darker. Okay, cool. So we got that, and then let's make the text, I guess a little bit darker as well. Yeah, I just want one shade actually, just to kind of like, yeah, that's fine. It's not even noticeable, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, so we've got this experience thing. How does this have a margin on it already? Or it doesn't? It doesn't. Okay, so we just have this section area in here. Oh, we have the image container taking up space. Commander Root, welcome to the stream. How's it going? We got Lumjacker in here. They're working on their portfolio. They're about to paste a link, I think. I'm working on this resume builder app. I also, if you guys are curious, posted something to Hacker. This thing is on Hacker News, how to play board games online with your friends. It's an article that a friend of mine wrote. What? People like what I did. I commented here, and people voted this up. That's awesome. What? Okay. So if you guys want to check this out on Hacker News, that would be cool. Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I posted on Twitter, this article about how to play board games with friends. He's trying to get this thing off the ground called We Tabletop. We Tabletop. So So We Tabletop is for finding board games in person. However, because of COVID and the pandemic and everything, um, he's doing an online event finding thing, and he has a guide to online gaming, as well as the blog post that he recently published, trying to like bring more attention to his remote like board game finder. Yeah, super front page. I was excited too. I think it's just the right audience, right? Like people. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was this for a second. But yeah, it's doing really well. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. I don't know why it doesn't show that I clicked it, because I have gone to that site. But anyways, yeah, it's doing really well with that audience. Really happy about it. But yeah, he's trying to get this thing off the ground. If you guys play board games online, feel free to like go here and try to find ones that you might like. And if you don't like this interface, or like something's wrong with it, or there's something that you want, definitely like either reach out to me or just email this guy. He's super friendly. And he'd be open to your feedback. He's just trying to like get this thing off the ground, and he could just use whatever help we can give him. Okay, cool. So we're going to look at a portfolio from Lumjacker. Fresh and Oragnic Coffee by Boreal. Who We Are Cafes. This is nice. Born in Geneva. Cup of coffee every time. Amazing and I'm sorry. Artisanal. I'm sorry for laughing. I think this might not even be misspelled. It just looks like artisanal. Am I even allowed to say that on stream? That might be spelled right. It just looked like that. This is beautiful, though. This is awesome. Is that how you spell artisanal? That is how you spell artisanal. It just looks, yeah. I don't know why I just saw that like that, but yeah, no, you're good. Sorry. You did misspell organic though, so I'm definitely right when it comes down to it. No, I'm just kidding. I really like these details, like this little like scroll thing here, and like the little arrow. Oh, and this little guy hanging out here. I don't know about this guy. This guy's really enjoying himself over here. I think maybe he should be a mermaid instead, though. But yeah, no, this is beautiful. I like the little people in all the photos. Yeah, this is really cool. Did you do this with, is this bottom area with grid? Yeah, that's grid. So, responsive. So wait, it just goes away. So the find us section goes away? Huh. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice use of grid. I haven't seen grid in production that much yet. This whole page must be grid though, huh? Like this, I don't know why this looks like grid instead of Flexbox, but it does. Yeah, it's grid. Why does it look like grid instead of Flexbox? You could just totally do this with Flexbox. I don't know why it looks like grid. I don't think it does. I think I'm just my eyes. Are these, this is good too? The nav? Oh wow. You're like being really responsively minded with your... Huh. That's nice. Um, is there any way that you could make this text like actual text? Oh, this is not a font either. Oh, I thought this was a web font. Yeah, having this all be an image, I don't know, it's fine. But it just, this text in the background looks a tiny bit blurry for me. I think because I'm on a Retina display. Yeah, it looks a tiny bit blurry. Yeah, it's because it's not exported at 2x. Yeah. But this is really nice. This is really nice. Very cool. Yeah, your client must be really happy. This is very cool. If you do use this as an image, I would just encourage you to export it at double the size and then shrink it. Let me see. So that it looks good on Retina displays. Wait, is this... What is an HDR image? Is this exported at 2x? Dimensions, 953. Is there something... Is it possible to make an HDR image, like where it's 2x but it looks regular? I don't know. But it does look a tiny bit blurry to me. Yeah. No, I mean it's amazingly well compressed. 18 kilobytes is awesome for an image. I just think you need to double the size for Retina displays. Yeah, no, but this is really good. This is a little inconsistent, the nav spacing up here. So this who we are has a lot of space, and then these ones have less space. I don't know if that's what Solving was just saying. Probably. No, but this is really cool. Very, very, very nice job on this. Oh, nice. And you have some of the other pages too. Very cool. Yeah. This is really cool. Very nice job. Very good example of grid layout too. Where is it going to be when it finally goes up? Okay, so let's see. UX Engineer, Google. So we're going to have title area, area image, area info title, main and details. Okay, wait. Section area info main title. Yeah, this is what we want. So we want font size 18 pixels, font weight bold, font size the same. So actually let's move this up here. Nice. Yeah, no, I think your client should be ecstatic. It looks really cool. Okay, so we'll do the color here. Okay. See how this looks. Boom. Okay, let's add this image area. Image container and image. Okay, so we'll do the background color on the image container. Border radius 5 pixels. Is it 5? Yeah, it's 5. Okay, and we're gonna use Flexbox. Should we use Grid? So, you know, actually, maybe you could help us a little bit, Lumjacker, because I don't think a lot of us have used Grid in production, or even much at all. I did do a stream a few months ago on Grid, and I was really impressed with it, but maybe you could give us like a couple of tips, or like point us to an article on Grid, or tell us why you like working with Grid. Because like, for example, for this section here, my instinct would just be to use Flexbox. This feels like a perfect opportunity for Flexbox for me. Because like this isn't going to change. It's not going to flex, right? And this area is going to flex. It's going to grow and shrink. So I don't know, like, would I benefit from using Grid in this layout? Or I guess for maybe the overall layout, maybe. Especially with like the half width. But I guess I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, flipcoder. I think it's just my internet. I like Grid because it automatically makes all the columns to have the same height. Okay. So like here, if I want things to stack, right? So I want like another section under here. Grid wouldn't be good for that. Is that what you're saying? Because this and this don't have the same, like this and this don't have the same height, and I want something to go after it. So Grid's not a good use case for that? Or is that kind of accurate? Because I guess I'm still trying to like find places where Grid would be better. Okay. But here, like, would you use Grid or Flexbox for like like a media object, right? Where you have like a little image, and then you have like a headline and description. This is something I find myself creating all the time. Would you use Grid there, or would you use Flexbox, and why or why not? Okay, so section. Okay, so we added the background color. I think we need the icon, right? Inside of this upload thing. Okay, there you would use Flexbox. Okay, okay. I'm glad that like I'm not. So there's nowhere on this page that you could see that you would use Grid, like based on its layout. Line item center to make it center vertically. Yeah. So, well, I'm not sure exactly which section you're talking about. Oh yeah, we're gonna add Flexbox. Okay, display, flex. Okay. And we'll get a width and a height for this. 99 pixels. Okay, okay. Good to know. Okay, so width 99 pixels, height 99 pixels. Okay, so now we've got that little area there. Let's add a margin bottom on this guy. So this is the section title. Is anyone here watching Bosch? It's like, it's on Amazon Video. It's BOSCH. I'm like addicted to that show right now. It's like a police procedural like crime drama with like a really hard ass protagonist. It's pretty fun. Okay, 1.5 maybe. Okay, that looks good. Okay, then here, 19 pixels, so image container margin right. It's going to be so exciting when this is done, so we can make it into a Remake app. I can't wait. Okay, so for some reason the color of this isn't coming through. Oh, it's because I didn't put it on the right place. What is info text? Area info. Oh, okay, that's the part below it. There we go. Okay, so we'll put. Oh, we already have the text. So we just want font size. I guess we want this on the overall info. There we go. Wait, why did that push over my image? That was weird. Did you guys see that? So I moved this font size. So wait. No. What? What happened? Okay, wait. So I moved it from there. So I'm increasing the font size of just this here. Oh, but it's like, maybe it's because it's on the overall. So now I moved it up here. Combination of Flexbox and Grid is great. I saw people using Grid mostly for big layouts or too big columns. But for the small things like nav elements or text and images, Flexbox is perfect. And Flexbox is also great for large layouts like Grid, but the only thing that's great about Grid is it makes columns equal height, and that's a great feature, which I think is missing in Flexbox. Okay, yeah. I also think that someone was talking about that you can style different areas of your grid differently. So like basically, if you have a grid and like you have like a main area and then you have a sidebar area and you put a component in your, thank you, just Mia here. I appreciate the follow. But if you put the element inside of the main area, you could style it differently than if you put it inside of the sidebar area. So like you could have a component that kind of changes its layout based on which grid square it's in, which I guess you could just do that with like a CSS class or whatever, but it just kind of seems cool that you could kind of get that kind of adaptive layout automatically. But I don't even know what feature of Grid that uses, to be honest. Okay, so for this thing, we're going to have it not shrink. So this image container is not going to shrink. So we're going to do flex. So by default, it's 0, 1 auto, which stands for grow, shrink, and the flex basis. Always heard you should use a grid indeed. Always? Always use a grid? Well, I think it depends, right? I mean, on the layout, on what you're building. I think Flexbox is good for a lot of things. Have you used Grid? Just Mia here? Just me, is that your name? Just me here. Have you used Grid in a production project? Yeah. Oblivion Air, how's it going? Yep, I did. I shaved. I shaved only a few days ago. It's already coming back. Crazy. Um, yeah, it's the one part of my hair I can actually cut with, without messing things up. So you use grid and angular. Cool. One great feature of Flexbox is that property align items center. Oh, one con? Are you saying one con or one great feature? Which is makes items center vertically, and that's not in grid. Both Flexbox and grid has their props. Oh, and cons. Okay, got it. Not Zonzi. Okay, got it. One great feature of Flexbox. Yeah. Align. Yeah, so you just have to like put a Flexbox inside your little grid in order to center it. Yeah, I really like that like centering items in CSS got a million, billion, trillion times easier with Flexbox. Because you can just do display flex, align item center, justify content center. Boom, you're done. Like you got a centered item. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay, so now it's not going to shrink. So we're kind of getting closer to what this looks like. The next step is we want to add this upload icon. And I'm trying to think how we want to do that. So, Reich Mies, welcome to the stream. Then grid. Yeah, Flexbox is easier. Yeah, I think that's true. Should make like a little Flexbox tutorial. Although I guess this guy on Twitter, he kind of has like a handle on all these like tutorials. Like he has this like grid game. Grid Critters. I hear about this all the time on Twitter. I haven't like played it, but it looks awesome. And he has the same thing for Flexbox. Huh. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm actually gonna check this out. This looks pretty nice. I don't know if it would be worth $100, but it might be, if it's gonna like make me a lot more productive. Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, I love West Boss too. Okay, so let's add a little margin below here. Maybe just like 1.5 rem on this. 5 rem. Okay. Let's see. Actually 2. I think we're going to go to 2 rem. Oops. Okay. And let's add 2 areas. So we got section area. And we're going to add 2 of them. Okay. So that looks pretty good. What are we missing? Oh yeah, we're missing the icon in here. Can you share that website link of which you were talking about and showed us? Oh yeah, sure. Grid Critters? Yeah. Beat you to it, Flipcoder. That's right. I still got it. Okay. So let's see. What do you mean? Thanks, guys. I got it to you first, okay? I'm the only one you should be thanking here, Lumjacker. Jeez. I'm Crifty. What's up, dude? Sup? I wish I knew how to do emojis. This is all I know how to do. And it doesn't even come through as an emoji for me. It's really sad. Wait, what? 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 What did you just say? Okay, so I don't know how we're going to do this. I think... okay. Lum Jacker. You're welcome. Kappa. Friday. Okay, so let's see. How we're gonna do this image thing here. But I don't know exactly how it's gonna work in Remake. So we want to be able to upload an image. Why isn't this displaying like a broken image right now? Is that not something it does unless it has a source? Let's see. Source, empty string, source unknown. When does it display a broken image? Wait, where is my broken image? Wait, do I? Oh, maybe I have to actually have a value in there. Okay, now I have it. Is this a new thing, guys? So it doesn't display a broken image unless it has a value in the source? Is that always a thing? Okay, so I think we're not going to display the image if you haven't uploaded one yet. Or, well, you're going to have to be able to click on it to get the file upload working too. This is complicated. Oh, but you need to be able to click on it even if you've uploaded one before too. I guess we'll just put like a, I don't know, probably like a drop zone thing in there. Yeah, I guess we could just default to this icon thing. I'm just thinking, do we want to make it a background or not? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I follow the guy on Twitter. He did like a Flexbox one, Flexbox Froggy or something, like way back in the day. And that seemed really good too. So can I add, I think I can add an SVG as a background to a container. But I think I'm just going to maybe just do it in, whatever, we're just going to just do it this way. I'm always confused, like, should I use an image or should I use a background image? And it ends up taking up way too much time. Grid garden. Okay, nice. Yeah, I saw that as like the first result actually. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do upload.svg here. Okay, perfect. And we want the color to be this. So this is going to be the fill. Fill, boom, changed. Okay. And we just want it to be really small. So I'm not sure exactly how we want to make it small. I think if I just like if I just put a width on this, right? That's not going to work. Okay, wait, that works. Does that work in every browser? That makes it responsive? Is that a thing? I thought sometimes images weren't responsive for some reason. Like if you modified their width, their height would stay the same or something? Isn't that a thing that used to be a thing? I feel like web development used to be so complicated, and now it's gotten a lot easier. But it's still really complicated because some people still use older browsers, but it's completely masked by this like new internet. So like, I don't know, is this just a Chrome thing, or will this work in any browser? I guess they're all Chrome now, right? everyone's switching to the same rendering engine. But yeah, that's another thing that masks it, right? Because like still 5% of people are like stuck on old versions of IE and Edge. Not that I would ever support IE again. What a nightmare. I don't know what to do here. I guess let's look it up. Responsive images set with. Let's just see. Or no, we don't want responsive. We want scale. We want scale and image by setting the width. Okay. So thanks to some recent changes in browsers, it's now well worth setting width and height attributes on your images to prevent layout shifts and improve the experience of your site visitors. Yeah. Well, I think, I don't know, layout in web development has gotten a lot easier. Does anyone know if I... Okay, here we go. From 2013. Whatever. Oh, thank you. Just Mia here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna do resume section area. It got easier and then they made the easy more difficult. That's kind of true. Image. So, Okay. So we're gonna have like image upload icon. Okay. Then let's get our image. We'll leave that how it is right now, and we'll do upload icon. And we'll do width, and since no one will tell me the truth about this, I'm gonna just do 30 pixels. And we're gonna also do display flex on this, because why have a flex item if you're not gonna also make that display flex? And we'll do the thing that we were saying just a second ago, align items, center, justify content, center. And that looks a little weird. It looks a little too low just because of how the icon is. So then we're gonna also, I guess, do position relative on this, unless there's a better way to do it. Nah, we'll just do position relative. So we'll do position relative, top minus 3px. That looks a little better. I'm Crafty says, I remember a colleague telling me how when he used to work with sites in the past that you had to use images to set border radius on corners. Yes, I have done that. Sounds fun. Happy I got into development at this point. Yeah, border radiuses used to look so cool because no one was doing them. But you had to export little corners. That was my favorite. There were all kinds of crazy hacks around that. If you wanted to make like a button with a gradient, I'm going to show you what you had to do in order to create a button with a gradient. Because it was really kind of neat. So you would have like a left corner of a button, and you would set that to be to have like a border radius. So like you would take the top and the left border, and you would like move that in, and then you'd create this other longer one. and you would have the border radius on that be the same. So wait, actually, what what did I do? Was it 20? I think it's 20. Oh, jeez. No, I'm messing up. Okay. So you'd have that be the same, but you would stretch this to fit into that. And then yeah, actually, maybe it was like longer. I forget exactly like why it was shorter. I think it was something like this. And then yeah, your text could adapt, but wait, let's put a little gradient on this. So we'll just pretend this is an amazing looking button. I don't remember those days. I remember jQuery, Sullivan. I think you were you were a little earlier to the game. But yeah, so you'd have this button text, and in order to make it adaptive, you'd have to set you'd have two elements, because back in those days you couldn't have two background images on a single element. So you'd have this element and then this element also, and then your text would have to adapt. So in order to get bigger and smaller, which was like, this was like a super advanced button, right? Like this was like the best looking button on the internet back then. Let me actually do it justice, because it really was super amazing. So we'll actually make it look semi nice. So maybe something like this. See, we got that like little subtle gradient going on. I don't even know if you guys can notice that. Let's see. Yeah. So this was like the slickest looking button on the planet. You couldn't have background shadow unless you duplicated the text. So you could do that. You could duplicate the text, and then you'd move it up and to the left, and then the one underneath would be like a different color. I think you could control the opacity back then, so you could do something like this maybe, right? And then if your button was longer, the under one would just stretch. So if this was like a really long button, this would so this would be like 4 different elements just to create a button, right? You feel spoiled now. I complained when the designer asked me to move something 1 pixel. Well, hey, that's the whole problem with web development. You can build like a monolith of an application in like under a day. But in order to make it perfect, you have to make like a million tiny changes that gradually remove your will to live over like the next like 10 years, right? So, I mean, you can build like the most powerful thing now, like in 2 seconds, with like no code or low code or some powerful framework. But then like the real value actually comes from like moving those 1 pixels or changing some copy, and that's going to take you the next 10 years. Okay, so that looks decent. I actually have to go to my job soon. I wish I didn't have to leave, guys. This has been fun. But indeed, I must depart. But we got pretty far, I think, right? We got pretty far. We did pretty good. Are you laughing because we didn't really get far? I guess we didn't really get far. But we only had an hour. But yeah, no, we didn't get super far. So this will probably, if we go at this rate, it's probably going to take another like few weeks to do this. I'll probably work on this a little bit in my spare time. Maybe a little bit in my spare time beginning of next week. Oh, nice. Yeah. Boo work. I agree. Okay. Yep. But I do have to depart. If you guys want, check out Doomgrid, doomgrid.com. Check it out. That's kind of a fun little application. Also check out wetabletop.com. That's pretty cool. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any feedback or anything. I don't think I'll stream this weekend, but I'll try to stream more next week. See you guys.